Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 2, Episode 7 of Vinland Saga, which is called Iron Fist Kettle. I have no idea what that's teasing, but I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, Season 2 of Vinland Saga so far has been great. It's been very slow-paced, more slow-paced than I would honestly think Season 1 was. Um, it's just a lot of elements that keep being introduced here. New characters, for example, at the farm, right? Where last episode we met Circle, and the question still is like, how is all of it gonna come together? You know, it's great to spend a lot of time with these characters, and the same obviously also goes for Thorfinn and Einar. We've had a couple of time lapses in the last episode, so now they've aged a bit, right? And they got a bit of a different style to them, let's say, in terms of their appearance at least. But yeah, that's all fantastic and all, but I'm still trying to like figure out, okay, but where is the show gonna go from here? What's the main conflict that's gonna be introduced, or like what's gonna cause for some like there's gonna have to, it's all gonna climax in some type of way, right? At some point. And the question is just when and what's it gonna be, and how does Canute play into it all? What are we still gonna do with Leif? Are we ever gonna see Thorfinn's family? What's the relationship between Thorfinn and Einar? How is that gonna continue developing? What do all these characters, what are their roles, like Svirko and Ketil and Snake, of course. The relationship between Snake and Svirko is a very interesting one. Yeah, right now still Thorfinn and Einar are obviously, they've got some obstacles in the way with a bunch of the other people working at the farm. And it's like, it's so many elements, like I said. But the question really is like, okay, where is it all going? It's still what I ask myself. There was, by the way, an episode 6.5, as they called it, that was released last week. And yeah, I mentioned it already, I think, a little bit last episode, that I knew that it was there. I ended up actually watching it by myself after I finished episode 6. And yeah, like it was interesting also because in there we basically saw Thorfinn, I think, have this almost flashback to like how he used to be back in the days, when he was yeah, still going along with Askeladd's army. And he was committing a bunch of these atrocities, and he invaded that one village. I think I'm not sure now anymore, but I think specifically they even still showed the old woman, or maybe not. Maybe it was just in one of the scenes of recent episodes, I think, that they showed her, right? But still, it's like he was just thinking back basically to those kinds of, one of those moments. And then it's interesting because he saw himself with his new style, having aged and stuff, entering a house where he encountered basically Einar's family there. Yeah, as Einar himself, even there, like, was still very young. So it's weird, because obviously Thorfinn himself never had anything to do with that, but he still sees himself, I guess, as responsible in a way, or that's what that was supposed to represent. Like, it's the whole dialogue that Einar himself already had in an earlier episode, saying that all sides were basically the same. They were all here to kill and pillage and all, like, what was the difference between the English army that attacked them at first and then the Danish army that attacked them later? They're all the same vicious bastards, whatever you want to call them. But, so, that's like, that. I don't know where they're gonna go with it. I don't know what that means for Thorfinn then now. Like, is he gonna feel even more guilty about it, or where are they gonna go with it, guys? It's man. Like, normally I feel like I'm at least able to predict in some kind of way, like, oh, this is where I can see it going, or like, oh, these are the puzzle pieces that they're purposefully giving to us to keep in mind. And here it's like, there's not necessarily really any puzzle pieces given to you, right? There's just elements, like I said. There's elements of the story, but it's not even necessarily telling you like, oh yeah, this is something for you to figure out, or pay especially close attention to this and this. I'm still having a hard time figuring out what's even important and what won't be. You know what I mean? So yeah, all in all, I'm excited to, dive in, and that's, of course, exactly what we're going to do. But, of course, do let me quickly point out that if you enjoy my reactions to Vinland Saga, you can already, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, watch the next 4 episodes straight away over my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. Over there, we will be watching the show as the episodes air, so basically, you can tune in there, support me, of course, which is very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place. And that way, yeah, you can see my reactions straight away to all the new episodes, as they're being published. So, without further ado, guys, we're gonna dive into episode 7 of season 2 of Vinland Saga.
二人組だな。またか。例の奴らだろ 足跡の特徴は似ている。
やれやれ、旦那の留守中に。
What did happen?
麦の粉が一袋と干し肉だそうです。
They got robbed?
ダメだ兄貴。他の足跡と混ざっちまって追跡できねえ。
まあいい。
We sure it's not this guy himself?
可愛いもんだが、味を占めてやがるな。しゃあねえ、そろそろお仕置きが必要だな。
They need to be punished. What? So he already knows who is responsible. They're not talking about Thorfinn and Einar or something, are they? Are the other guys trying to put the blame on them?
すごいじゃないですか。それって大旦那様に気に入られているんですよ。
I wonder if their relationship has developed a little bit in this meantime. It seems so.
そうですよ。
でも、じゃあなんで気に入られたんだろう。
He's not very self-aware, is he?
エイナルさん、いい人ですもの。ご自覚ないんですね。
Yeah, you can take that as a compliment.
いや、だってそんな。
エイナル、先に行ってる。
Thorfinn's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave you two alone.
気を使った？ひょっとして。
That's the question. Was it just that he himself couldn't handle it, or was he like, I'll give you this one, Einar?
いけない。奥様が。お話し相手ができて、毎朝が楽しみなんですよ、私。じゃ、また。
Yeah, that's all sounding very good.
また明日の朝。いい人だって。いい人です。
Oh, shit.
朝毛の支度もまだだというのに油を売って。
Wow. Who the hell is her mistress?
水郷でお前を置いているんじゃないよ。食べる分働きなさい。
はい、奥様。
Not somebody to root for, that's for sure.
からお帰りになります。
不思議だな。こんなのからパンができるのか。
恐れ入ったか。こいつを育てて売って育てて売って俺たちの自由身分を買い戻すんだ。何年かかったってきっと。
It's all about having a goal.
よし、やる気出てきた。あ、アルネイズさんはその辺どうなってるんだろう。
Yeah, you might have to leave her behind.
なので祈る。
え、祈る。
Oh, he's gonna introduce him to religion now. What kind of praying is this? This is a religion I've never heard of.
ご一緒に。
祈るって何に？
何でもいいよ。ヤハウェの神でもフレイヤ神でもすがれる者にはみんなすがる。麦の出来不出来は結構神頼みなんだよ。不物がないんだ。
That's so interesting. He's like,
一生懸命やるぞ。
I don't even care who you want to pray to, you know? Just do it. We need any bit of luck we can get.
育てたまえ。
声が小さい。
育てたまえ。
Oh, man.
中途半端が一番恥ずかしいんだぞ。
はい。
せーの。虫神大佐。
Wow. You gotta love how Thorfinn is, like, actually willing to go along with it. That tells you how, you know, Thorfinn has become more appreciative of Einar, too. Oh, shit. This is almost brother. God.
あいつもチビの頃から変わっとらんな。度胸なしのくせに。
Yeah, that's, I'd almost feel sorry for him.
ちに戦場は合わん。
おお、やっぱりトールギルか。
Dorgle.
いつ戻った？ 5、6日前だ。しぶといな。まだ死なねえ。
Okay, okay, they're like buddies. I could see that.
ヘビ、その引いているのは何だ？
ああ、そうだ。おい。
ほら、早くしろ。
Oh my god.
コソ泥です。
Oh.
引き渡そうと思って。
Oh. Those are the two they talked about, I guess. Okay, but that's children.
俺の感じは、まあ全部こいつの仕業かなと。
Damn.
一応、
What you gonna do with them?
お願いします。
In what way? I don't know what punishment they got waiting for them, but yeah, it could be bad.
一度戦闘が追っ始まりゃ、それぞれの部族が点で勝手に目標を攻撃すんだ。北海一の命知らずは俺だってな。
Oh
戦の
man.
後は楽しい略奪大会。売れそうな女を争って切り合うなんざしょっちゅうさ。オルマル。
Omar's hearing all of this.
行ってみたい
He's
か？
like,
イングランドに。
no, I don't think he does.
なんだ、嫌なのか？
もちろん行くよ、戦場。実力主義上等だぜ。
さすが我が弟だ。そんなお前に土産をやろうかな。おい、首飾りだ。
What the hell is this?
何これ？干し肉。
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
構わねえが、耳なんて。
Oh no. I wasn't even. Okay. Ugh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that tells you immediately that Olmo was bluffing.
とビビりだなお前は。そんなことでどうする？俺たちは鉄拳ケティルの息子なんだぞ。
Iron Fist Kettle. So what was his history?
親父の若い頃の伝説だぞ。
That's what I figured.
戦闘が始まると、あっという間に自分の獲物が怪力で壊れちまうもんだからよ。その後ずっと素手で戦うらしいんだ。
Oh shit.
誰よりも手柄もあげる。
この親父が。
古株の連中と話すと、結構鉄拳の。
I mean,
お前もっと親父を尊敬しろ。
does he still have that fighting spirit, or is it kind of a?
旅の疲れもあるだろう。そろそろ奥で
Is it gonna be similar to Thor's? You
そ
wonder.
んなにやわじゃありませんぜ。
トールギル。
I don't quite think so, because obviously he's fine with his son here, you know.
ケティル殿。
旦那。
ん？
すみません
Still
が、
charging in battle.
休みの前にあれを片付けてもらっていいですかね。
ああ、ではまず名前を聞こうか。
Wow, they're holding a trial.
失礼。妹はトーラ。
お前たちを弁護する者はいるかね？
身内は
Need a lawyer.
母親と赤ん坊がいます。母親は病気で伏せってたんで連れてきませんでした。父親は行方知れず。
Well, yeah, then it makes sense that they had to rob, right?
父ちゃんはスノッリー。去年の秋、野菜を売りに行ったまま
Hmm.
帰ってこない。
Yeah, that's kind of a tragic case.
某の子、スノッリです。旦那様に時代の借金をしています。
おお、あのスノッリーか。最近顔を見せないと思ったら。
死んでんな、そりゃ。
Yeah, that's what I would think.
もう帰らねえよ。大方物取りにでもあって。
Yeah.
父ちゃんはちょっと出かけてるだけだ。
I don't know if you should be so openly speculating about that in front of them. It's a little harsh. But of course, the kid doesn't want to believe it.
しかしこの頃はまだしも病の母親と赤子がおる。引き取る者はおるまい。
どうなさいましたあなた？
ああ、ちと目にゴミが入ってんな。
Yeah, it's affecting him.
余罪は多数ですが、とりあえず麦の粉一袋の盗みはゲロしました。
なら話は早え。腕一本だな。
うん。
妹はまだ小さいだ。勘弁して。
Damn.
ほう。なら妹の分の罰も。
Okay, so what? You're gonna take 2 punches?
両腕切断だ。
Oh. Dude, I thought with arm he just meant the punch. He's talking about actually cutting off arms.
いや、
恐ろしい。わしの息子とは到底思えん。
Yeah, he's ruthless. That's what war made him.
盗みに入ったりしたのだ。わしはどうあってもお前たちのことを
Shit, Ketil feels like he doesn't really have a choice, but he doesn't actually want to do. Yeah, again, he's a moral character, man.
死刑にも等しい仕置きだ。意見を申し上げてもよろしいでしょうか、旦那様。
ほう。うん。うんうん。言うがいい。
I would say just cut off a finger, but that's still that's still harsh.
経理を務める身といたしましても、両腕を切り落としては使い物になりません。
That too. What's he supposed to do then?
年はいくつだ。
Child labor. Here we go.
盗みの損害と父親の借金を回収すべきです。この子たちに働いて返してもらいましょ
うんうん。まったくだ。
I don't know how the others are gonna feel about that though.
果ては。
以上の理由から仕置きは棒打ちな
Oh.
と思われる。
Oh shit. Well, he's still suggesting some violence.
まあ、理屈は分かった。
Ketil isn't even cool with that.
いや、盗んだ分は奉公で返済させるのだし。
さすがに全く折檻なしというわけにはいきませんよ、旦那。
Damn, he doesn't like. Okay.
俺らが舐められる。
Ketil doesn't want any violence at all. Yeah, that's
さて、何回ですか？
5、10、10回。
10回ずつね。
Oh man.
構造からだ。歯を食いしばって。
Bite down hard. Fuck, dude.
離れたろ。20回。俺を20回殴ってくれ。だから妹は勘弁して。
親父殿。
Wow, look at Ketil, man. He is so.
お前加減を知らねえからな。殺すなよ。
はいはい。
He's clearly traumatized for some reason.
やめとけよ。
オッケーオッケー。じゃあ軽くな。行くぜガキ。
Holy shit, man. He's gotta take 19 more.
一つ。
Yeah, that's one.
やめろ、トールよ。
Oh shit.
わしがやる。
親父殿は。
ネタみたいだぜ。
やれやれ。鉄拳ケティルももう年かね。
He's not about that Iron Fist anymore.
嘘なのだ。鉄拳なんぞ。ノルドの男は育児なしでは生きていけんのだ。名士と呼ばれるこのわしがそんな嘘をつくとは。
Wow.
皆思ってもいないようだ。
I guess now we do kind of know where Olmar got it from. Interesting. He's just living a lie.
息子のトールギルが。
お優しいことが悪いことであるはずはありませんわ。お苦しみは私が知っております。
お前だけだ。そう言ってくれるのはお前だけなのだ。何もかもすべて話せるのはお前がいなかったらこの世は闇だ。
Wow. That's a lot of food for thought. like usual. Wow, man. Yeah, once again, just one of those episodes that you don't really see coming. I guess Ketil was just keeping up appearances then all along, right? And like that's the one thing that I had clearly noticed from the start about him is the fact that he was a surprisingly moral character in an incredibly vicious world. And you just don't really see that. But now it starts making sense where like, well, he isn't actually the great warrior that people thought that he was. And they called him Iron Fist Ketil, and apparently he's shared a bunch of stories about himself in the past, but they don't even turn out to be true. And that's definitely a twist that I hadn't seen coming, because yeah, early on in the episode I was already speculating, like, oh, so is this kind of going to be a Thor's type of deal? Where like, oh, he used to be a great warrior, and then now it's like he's kind of had a change of heart, a change of mind or something. Probably not really, not in the same way as Thor's at least, because Ketil was still cool, seemingly. I mean, you know, he allowed his son to go into battle nonetheless, right? Yeah, and now we see that he's a different character all together, which is just like the fact that he's actually scared and he doesn't, well, he's just it yeah, I mean, to others they would literally look at him as a loser, basically, right? Like his own son, if he knew the truth, would look at him as a pure loser. He is forced to keep up his appearances because guess what? Ketil is going to be looked at the exact same way as Olmar is, his own son. And now it also kind of makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's a little symbolic, but like Olmar being his son, it's like, oh, you know, like Ketil really isn't all that different from him. Actually, when you think about it, that's really fascinating to think about. I wonder if, you know, the very final scene there, I mean, we saw that he was sleeping literally with Arnheid, right? Who is one of his slaves. It's like, I mean, I don't know how to interpret a scene like that at the end. I mean, he felt comfortable talking to her, funnily enough, but that's obviously giving a lot of room for her telling this secret to potentially Einar or something, right? And because we saw she was getting closer to Einar simultaneously, and she seemed genuinely to like him, right? Because, and it's what her mistress, who I'm not sure, like, is that mistress then supposed to be Ketil's wife officially? Doesn't really seem like the kind of wife I'd want to have, but maybe that's exactly why he's sleeping with Arnheid here. I have no idea, but like, I lost my train of thought. I wonder if, again, she's gonna tell about it to Einar, and I wonder if, oh, what I was going to say is that, like, she's more level-headed or whatever. She's more on even levels, obviously, with Einar, which is why she would genuinely like him, because they're both slaves. They're both in the same situation. So, yeah, it makes a lot of room for, like, well, both the fact that she could share the truth with them, and that's how it could actually leak out and be a problem for Ketil. It could also somehow make Einar, I guess, very upset with the fact that she's, like, sleeping with him or something, but I mean, I guess that's kind of to be expected with her being a slave, so I'm not really sure. You know, I'm just thinking like, okay, what could this mean for the future of the show, right? That's always how I approach these things. I kind of take as I talked about in the intro, I take the puzzle pieces that we get and then I try to understand like what's the importance of them, and that way sort of predict where we go from here. But yeah, the predicting part, that remains like the really hard part about it, because this episode once again brought a couple new elements to the mix. You know, like Ketil's son, who Torgo he was called, right? Yeah, who arrived. Him being that, you know, a real warrior figure, I guess, right? And then well, the two kids who got punished, I doubt we're really gonna see much of them again, but I could be wrong about that. It was yeah, I don't know. It's just it was fascinating once again. You know, it's like in the beginning we kind of focused on, you know, like seeing that relationship once again with Thorfinn and Einar develop, which we know now, like they're getting really close. We saw it with the praying scene, that was cool too. Thorfinn finally, well, I say finally, but like he seems much more appreciative of Einar. He gave him that moment with Arnheid, right? And then he actually, yeah, let Einar convince him to start praying and stuff, which was crazy. So he was just going along with it. You know, it seems like they are definitely building a bond there. And then the second half really focused on, you know, those kids and their punishment, and yeah, how Ketil was showing his distraughtness. Is that the right word? Whatever, distraught. But like, I mean, he was, you know, you saw him with a red nose and like, you know, yeah, he was like literally tearing up actually hearing the story about the kids too, right? How they must have lost their dad now and stuff. And it's like it was all getting to him. It was definitely not what I expected. You know, I definitely thought that Ketil's, to me, I mean, that's okay. I guess that's the real achievement, is that Ketil gave off the impression to me exactly like the lie that he's been selling to everybody else, that like, oh, he used to be, I mean, he seemed like a powerful person, right? Like a person who could handle his own, and a person that was very strong and both mentally and physically. You know, that's the impression that he gave me, but still chose to be moral. Kind of like Thor's. That's the impression that I got. But now it turns out like, no, he's actually, you know, he's a more like a more emotional and less comfortable and confident person than he lets up. So that's what I found fascinating about it. Yeah, guys, with that being said, that was my reaction and review for Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 7. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comments. The next 4 episodes will be available straight away over my Patreon page, of course, which is linked on top of the description. So over there we'll already be on Episode 11, and we're watching the episodes as they air. So go and check it out. Your support is very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place. And then with that being said, I want to thank you all a lot for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.